Hello and welcome to this week's Yarn Chat. My name is Nicole and I'm the brains and the beauty behind Yarn Craft by Nicole. And today's featured make is something that does not have a pattern, I'm sorry to say, but I wanted to show it off anyway because it's one of my lighter weight, like fingering weight, summer sweaters, summer tees, and it's just a fun way to show what you can do with leftovers or random skeins. So this is my house sweater. This little motif came from Eclair Makery's book, Colorful Crochet Color Work. Yeah, this book right here. So as you can see, she used it on a pillow, and I did make the pillow, but then I thought it was really cute and thought it would be fun to do in a sweater. So I made this bottom up. I did a little bit of math to figure out how many houses I wanted, how far apart did I want them to match the amount of chains that I would need for my bust size or my hip size really for this one. And I didn't do any like shaping per se, it's just stretchy. It's all fingering weight yarn, and then I used 3 oopsies, like Circulo oopsies that I bought, and the houses are made of just random mini skeins or leftovers, and then I think this is Wonderland, but it's a lovely hodgepodge of, you know, little houses, and they're all different. They all have different doors and roofs, and it's just cute. It's just a cute little top. And for the longest time, like, this is how I crocheted. I had an idea for something and then I would make it. And I didn't use a lot of patterns, and I certainly wasn't writing patterns until a couple of years ago. So yeah, I really like it. Maybe one day I'll get into garment designing because I really love making sweaters, but I think I know I'm intimidated by the grading of sizes, because I want to make sure that anything that I do is size inclusive and that I'm being kind of respectful of the amount of yarn crochet itself takes, especially with larger sizes. And I want to make sure that whatever I design is impactful, like it's not just another crochet top, like it's something that is fun, unique, and I just haven't landed on anything like that yet. I have one garment pattern, but it's written for one size. That is my size. It is not graded up or down. It gives you like the pattern repeat that you would need to do, and it shows you how to do the stitches. So it is helpful in that, but it's certainly not graded in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, one day I'll get into garment design. And I also know that takes a long time with the amount of time you need to give testers. You just have to work so far out in advance, and I'm just not in a place right now that I can do that. So maybe one day. But anyway, my little house sweater, I love it. It's fun and it's cute, and it's also fun to like switch out all of the summer clothes for the winter clothes, and to see like, oh, I haven't worn that since last year, or like last year I was pregnant. So it's been 2 years since I've worn a lot of these things. So it's fun. I like it. I also have my entrelac and key shawl up here on the mannequin. This is a TL Yarn Crafts design. It's written for worsted weights, but I did mine in fingering because I wanted to buy her mashup collection with Circulo a few years ago, and I really like the colors. I like the pattern. I will say it is hard to get it to lay as nicely, just being that it is Tunisian, and I wasn't great about the way I wove in my ends. So maybe if I did it again, I would do a thicker yarn, but I really do like it. It's fun. Happy. Okay, so this week I have 0 finished objects. Not a single one, but I am close-ish on one project, and getting close to the halfway point on another project, I think. So let me show you what I'm closest on. last week, or last time I podcasted, that was 2 weeks ago, this was barely 2 straps. This is my pattern test for I Love Tinderbox, Courtney, and this is the Odette Tank, which is releasing the end of July, and it has come along really well. Like, I am obsessed. The shape is great, the fit is great. I love the straps. I love that they're thick straps, so they are bra friendly. I love this little sweetheart neckline. It's just so good, and the fit's great. Sometimes I can be hard to size because I'm kind of between like a size 5 and a size 6, or a size extra large and a size 2X. And for this one, I'm testing the size 2X, and I was like, we'll see if it's like too loose, but it fits like a dream. So very happy with that. But yeah, I'm using Anne by Circulo. It is a mercerized cotton. There it is in the rest of the skein. I had 2 500 meter, I forget how many yards, skeins of this, and it's, like I said, 100% cotton. It's a smidge, like it's not the most pleasant to do an entire tank with, just because it's a very small, like it's a small stitch gauge for a double crochet, which is good because it's going to have a lot of coverage. You're not going to have a lot of gaps, but it's a lot of very small stitches with a mercerized cotton. But I do know that it's going to wear wonderfully, and like even just holding this up to my face, like it's going to be good. It's going to be a good color. I was telling the other testers in the chat that like this is giving me La La Land vibes, and so I feel like whenever I'm finished, I need to do like a La La Land photo shoot. So I'm over halfway done with the body. That's what these stitch markers on the sides are, the counting rounds, but I'm ready to be done with this project. And honestly, like I could be done now and have it cropped, but I have a handful of cropped tanks already. What I really would need is something that I can wear with jeans, and wear like summer into fall with a little cardigan over it. So going full length with this one, but I love it. The Odette Tank by Courtney. There's not going to be a Ravelry project page for that until the pattern gets released. So if you haven't seen that below, that is why. The next thing I'm working on, which I will have a Ravelry project page, is my Barbie Hexi cardigan. So I don't even think I had started this last time that we talked, but this is just a simple Hexagon cardigan. So I'll show you kind of how big it is by folding it. This is using Hobie's Twister Solid yarn, which is that's gonna be so pretty, which is a cotton and acrylic blend. Yeah, so I've done 20-ish rounds of this Hexagon cardigan. I'm gonna go at least till 30 and see how that looks for the raglan depth of the cardigan. And then what I'm gonna do is add like a couple of rows. I think I can just do it on the Hexagon itself. I don't think I need to do a separate piece of just a couple rows back and forth to make like a back split piece, and then do the other side. So the reason I'm calling this my Barbie Hexagon cardigan, because obviously this is not Barbie pink or anything, is that for Comic-Con this year, I've decided that I'm gonna go as Barbie. And I thought and I'm gonna go as Crafter Barbie because I kind of like making something for my costume for Comic-Con. I did it last year and it was a lot of fun. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna wear a dress or like a pretty like kind of vintage inspired black tank top and skinny black pants. But then I already bought my Barbie pink shoes, and then I'm gonna have these like big old chunky Barbie earrings. I got little white cat eye sunglasses. I don't think I'm gonna bother with a wig, bright pink lipstick. And then I thought this would be kind of fun. Like I could see Barbie wearing this. So anyway, really happy with this. It's another one that's like so many small stitches. I'm using a size C hook with this cotton and acrylic base. It calls itself a sport weight or a level 2 yarn. I would say it works up more like a fingering, which when I bought it, I thought it would work up more like a sport, but I do think that I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of it, and it'll be fun. I haven't ever crocheted anything that's black and white, and I really like black and white pieces, so this will be a fun staple. Like, I'm pretty close to having the arm like wide enough for my arm. The other thing about this is because it is cotton and acrylic, it's not gonna grow a ton. It'll grow a little bit as it hangs because it's about half and half cotton and acrylic, but I don't have to, or I'm not gonna block it in a way that I'm expecting it to grow a lot. So that is a good thing about this, is like I can just kind of size it as I go. Yeah, that's gonna be really fun for pictures. I'm a fan. So yeah, honestly, because both of these are fingering weight projects with small hooks, I pretty much do like a round of the body on the Odette Tank, and then I'll do a round of the Hexi. And now that these are pretty big, like this round takes me longer than that, but it's just a way of breaking it up in my brain so it doesn't feel like doing the same thing over and over and over again. Every once in a while I'll get into a groove where I just want to work on one while I watch an entire show or during an entire nap time, but most of the time I'm switching back and forth. I like to work on lots of projects at the same time, but I do know that it does generally take a smidge longer to do that physically. But I'm really liking these, and actually, I just thought about this. This is a bag I got at Comic-Con last year. It's got like Disney villains on it, and I just realized that I'm making my Comic-Con piece in this bag. That was pretty fun. I like it. The only other thing that I'm working on, which I think I brought up here, yes, is Melody's temperature blanket, which for a while I was doing at night. So I'll work on the other ones during the day, and then I'll work on this one after she went to bed. But I've kind of taken a couple of days off of it, but I have made a lot of progress. My colors, I feel like every time, the 2 times I've done a temperature blanket, but I hear people say this a lot, like you get into it and you start to second guess your colors a little bit. The colors are very similar to colors that I used in a blanket that she sleeps with at nap time. And part of me is like, is it interesting enough? All of these colors are repeated in the warmer months. So this was December, January, and this is like kind of halfway into February. In the warmer months, it's the same colors in a darker version. So like a darker teal, a darker purple, a darker green, darker pink. And then I actually did the pink and the white as the very light or the coldest colors. And then the other one, the hot pink, is the hottest color. Part of me is like, does that make sense? It's not, pink is not a cool color. But you know what? Temperature blankets, you make up your own rules about the colors. And I really do like it. I think in my brain, I'm so used to using all of the colors all at one time that with a restrained color palette, I just get nervous that it's not interesting enough. But I think it's gonna be really beautiful when it's all done. And she's gonna like it. She already kind of plays with it. I'm using the Sheepies, Sheepjess, pretty sure it's Sheepies. You tell me. Nobody has told me definitively what it's called. Yarn, which I really like the feel of. It is another one that it calls itself a sport weight. Might work up a little bit closer to a DK. I'm doing a linen stitch, 1 row per day, and I like it. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be long, and with linen stitch, it does draw up a little bit. So I thought it was gonna be a little wider than it is, and it's gonna be about a throw size when I'm done. But I do plan on going back and doing a border along the edge. Probably something very simple, but I like it. It's a good mindless project. And because I'm doing it with like historical data, it's easy to knock out like, I don't know, 5 days on a week in a night or two. So I'm hoping that I can get caught up one of these days on that. Like I said, I'm about halfway through February on that, and it is currently almost July, so we'll see. My goal really for that, for the whole blanket and then the border, is to kind of have it done by the end of the year. Her birthday is in December. Her birthday is September 11th. So that'll be the last day that I need to do. Theoretically, I can finish it by the end of the year. That's kind of my plan. But those are my only projects. I haven't touched the Captiva crop since the last time we talked. I got a little paranoid that I was falling behind on the Odette Tank, and I have more time than I thought I did with that, like the testing window. Courtney's great about giving a good, solid testing window. But now I'm a little bit nervous about finishing the Barbie cardigan before Comic-Con. And then my husband is gonna go as Peter B. Parker from the second animated Spider-Man movie, Across the Spider-Verse with Miles. And so he's gonna have MJ like in her carrier, and she's gonna be part of his costume with like the pink bathrobe and everything. But he wanted me to make her a hat like Mayday has. And I will say he was very kind, and he was like, yeah, if you have time, that'd be great. If you don't, I mean, we can just buy one. And I was like, excuse you, you think that Melody's first Comic-Con, she's gonna wear something like knitted or crocheted that I did not make? How dare you? So I told him, if I make it on the plane over there, I will make her hat. Don't you worry about that. But I don't think it'll be too hard, and I'm pretty sure I already have all the yarn that I would need for it. So that's another thing that I will need to start pretty soon. But yeah, those are all of my whips. So let's move into yarn. I have 2-ish new yarn acquisitions. So this is the Terrapin Fiberworks June colorway. Hoping that I can get it to focus. There we go. It's called Changeful. It's beautiful, like soft blue with little speckles of kind of like a purpley dark blue. But it is inspired by the tea, which is a butterfly pea flower tea. And I've had this in a latte, and it's kind of a mild flavor, but it's the tea that's bright blue. And then some people use it in cocktails where they'll add lemon to it, and it makes this magenta color. But like the tea itself is gorgeous, which I kind of wanted to show you. Like it's just the little flowers right there. It smells nice. So I'm probably gonna make some of this soon. I just finished some of the wildflower tea that I made like a picture of, which was really great. It's like a summer tea to have in the fridge. And then the other yarn, and this is a part of her Steep Club. I get it once a month. Obviously it's still in the skein, so I have not added this to the blanket that I'm working on for that. It is her Chesapeake DK base, 100% organic cotton, and it's a joy to work with. I love her cotton. And then the other thing that I purchased that I'm actually not going to tell you too many details about is that I got 2 Zobber balls from my local yarn store, Yarnia. Aren't they gorgeous? I made a blanket with some yarn that is no longer around, RIP Crazy Wool, that I loved. It was a sport weight yarn. It came in 50-gram hanks, and it looked similar to this, where each color was 2 colors plied together. And the way that they made it is that they would use mill ends with whatever color they were doing for their like regular line of yarn, and they would just twist them together, and it was a lot of fun. And so I made a blanket with that, and I'm gonna do a pattern for that blanket using Zobber balls, and I think I'm going to edge it in the West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply. I wanted to do something in a yarn that would give the same look, but it would be easy enough to get your hands on. The only thing, not the only thing, one of the things I'm a little worried about, I know that this comes in a DK as well. The DK is hard to find, and I couldn't find it with a variety of colors in a place where I could actually go and pick out the colors. But so I'm using the sock weight version of it, and so I've got to figure out like how many squares can I get per ball. My goal is kind of to get 3. I know I did 1 square per hang of the 50 gram crazy wool. It wasn't a sport weight yarn, and then I would have a little bit left over. I'm okay if the scale is a little bit smaller. Again, I love hand-dyed yarn and I love specialty yarns, and I also know that I want to use them completely. Like, I want to be responsible with the amount of money that goes into something like this. So that is why I'm thinking if I can get 3 per ball, that could be good. The blanket uses the linen stitch. It's a linen stitch square blanket. It's pretty simple. And the other thing I don't know is I don't know if I want to add anything jazzy to it, because there are many linen stitch blankets out there. What is going to make this one different? Does it need to be different? Is the difference that it's just a simple pattern that you can use fun yarn like this for? I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but that is something that I'm hoping to work on very soon. But that is it, guys. That is all I got for you this week. We are gearing up for the 4th of July here in the US. My parents are going to come visit. It's the first time that they are going to come see us in New Jersey, and I am thrilled. Like, I love where we live. I love hosting people. We had someone over yesterday, and I love like showing off things that are near us. I love showing off my daughter. She's pretty great too. And so I am thrilled because they haven't seen her since the beginning of April, and she's just growing like crazy. So it'll be fun to see them interact with her. Right now she's really into books, and my mom has been buying books for her since I was pregnant. Like, she has a running list of all the books that she's bought, so she doesn't buy the same one twice. She has a large library both here and in Georgia, and I'm glad that she's really into books right now. Moo Ba La 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 is her current favorite, and like, a lot of times I'll give her the option. She's 6 months old. I'll hold up 2 books and see which one she reacts to more, or like which one she goes to grab, and Moo Ba La 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 by Sandra Boynton wins every time. And that one is her current favorite. And that leads us to what I can't let go. And what I can't let go of is linen. This is not groundbreaking, just like florals are not groundbreaking for spring, but linen for summer has been what I have been living in. Specifically Old Navy linen. I feel like I have bought linen pants before that were just too sheer or just didn't have enough give to them, didn't fit right, but I have, like, I'm wearing linen shorts right now. These are Old Navy linen shorts. And then I've got some elastic waist, kind of wide leg linen pants, and I've got this jogger style pair of linen pants, and that is what I'm going to be living in this summer. I love it. The thought of putting on jeans when it is 90 degrees outside is too much for me to handle these days. I remember when I was in high school, there were summers that I just did not wear shorts in Georgia because I didn't like the way any shorts looked on me. I didn't like the way they felt. And I was like, that is silly. Just wear the shorts, wear the linen, be comfortable. And that is the goal for this summer. I will leave you with that this week. Let me know what you're working on this summer. Let me know what you're watching, what you're listening to. I am currently watching Palm Royale on Apple TV, and it's fun. It's good, and it's not something that Vaughn is interested in, so it's something that I can watch while he's at work and while baby girl is napping. And then a million different HGTV shows. I love Hometown is one of my favorites, but I'm also been into Design Down Under, partially for the Aussie accents and also for the amazing tile work that she does. But if you have any summer recommendations for shows, let me know below. Have a great couple weeks and I'll see you right back here. Bye guys.